What I did was not spazzing.
No.
Y'all know what it looked like when somebody spaz out.
You just telling them how you feel.
But you know, some people will say that I assaulted them. So it is what it is. If you feel assaulted, good for you. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it.
Welcome
to the J and O show,
where we talk about
things that we were never told. I'm Jay.
And I'm O.
And now you know.
Hey.
What's up, y'all?
Welcome back to our channel, guys. If you are new, please join the family by clicking on the subscribe button. Make sure you guys comment, like, share, all of that good stuff. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you guys think about the topics that we have thus far. So this episode today is going to be a little different from our norm. Typically, this is a relationship show where we talk about things that we were never told in regards to relationships, pretty much everything dealing with relationships, kids, marriage, all that good stuff. But today we're going to actually be pivoting to talk about different topics under the Black Lives Matter subject. Yeah, because there's so many different things revolving that, this is actually going to be a series. So this is going to be part one of the Black Lives Matter topic series that we're going to be doing by special request. We had one of our viewers wanting to kind of find out what our take was and what our thoughts were. So we thought that we would speak on it because it's something that we have been wanting to speak about, but we didn't really exactly know how or what we should talk about because we wanted to actually bring something to the table.
We didn't really just want to speak and say stuff that everybody else is saying.
We didn't just want to talk just to be talking.
Yeah. At the same time, I guess it's important for people to know where you stand concerning things. So here we are.
Yes.
So in terms of Black Lives Matter, I guess first thing that we would want to say is, yeah, killing unarmed black people is wrong. I know a lot of people are shocked, and the more news and things that I'm seeing and the way that people are politicizing it, they think that it's like a political strategy that black people shouldn't be killed while being unarmed, especially by police, because, you know, it's not just police that are killing unarmed black men.
Satilla, we're at Satilla Shores. I don't know what street we're on. Stop, what's that? Is it? Stop.
It is now nearly 2.5 months later, and no one has been arrested. The case has bounced from prosecutor to prosecutor because two of them had some prior connection to the McMichaels. A third prosecutor, who took the case 3 weeks ago, has now announced that a grand jury will decide if there are criminal charges. But the courts are still closed because of the coronavirus, so a grand jury won't meet until the middle of June.
It's also just random white people. Because they're suspicious or afraid. They feel like they have a license to just kill you if you're black.
Yeah.
And they think they're going to get away with it. You know, people like to politicize it. I'm going to just make one statement here before we even get to our topic. I really don't care if you're right wing, left wing, Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal. Right is right, is wrong. Killing of unarmed black men, terrorizing black people because based on race, terrorizing people of all races just because you feel like it or because you have a prejudice is wrong. I really don't care. And you know, for all you people out there politicizing it, all of you news channels out there politicizing it, you're all pieces of shit. No, my wife didn't know I was gonna say that, but that's just how I feel. I didn't want to speak on this too quickly because when I look at it, it makes my blood boil because it's a little sickening. And yep, I'm an angry black man. And I'm not really going to go out of my way to make racists and people who are doing stuff for political power make themselves feel better for all the crap they've done to us. You think you feel uncomfortable because I'm angry and I'm on video? Well, imagine all the black people who don't feel like they can drive down the street and get pulled over by a cop without freaking out. So I'm not going to try to make you feel better. At first I was going to try to be really low key and everything, but screw that. I don't feel the need to make anybody feel comfortable considering what has happened to black people systemically and just since we've been in this country. I've been watching so many things trying to gain perspective from multiple sides, and there's a lot to talk about, but I no longer feel the need to make anyone feel comfortable with me being angry. I should be angry. We should be angry, and we should not put up with it anymore. Period. Whatever that means, it means. You're upset because I'm speaking harshly? Get over it. I don't care. It's amazing to me how, as a society, how we've grown to this point of trying to make other people feel comfortable with abusing us. And it's not just black people either. Like, that's the crazy thing. Like, it's everybody who's marginalized and who's discriminated against in this country because of a belief system or because of how you look or because of how you want to live your lifestyle. I don't agree with everybody's lifestyle, but for you to be persecuted because of it is bullshit. I'm pretty sure my wife is going to edit all of this out. You know, we do nice stuff over here on this channel. We like to make people feel good. But unfortunately, it's not a feel-good subject. I want it to really be lighthearted and try not to be like, and be intelligent and succinct and everything. And I just realized in every situation you have W.E.B. Du Bois, and then you have Booker T. Washington, you have Martin Luther King, and you have Malcolm X. You have people who are antithesis of each other who may have the same core beliefs but believe getting to it differently. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm one of those people who are just going to speak intelligently and not get pissed off about it. I'm going to get pissed off about it. Somebody sort of brought it to my attention that, you know, one of the reasons that I don't want to thrust myself out there and try to be a leader and all of that other stuff is because emotionally, I'm not one of those people who in certain situations can sit there and just be calm and collected and, you know, read a situation, you know, like a cop is supposed to be. That's why I didn't want to become a cop. That was actually like my reason, because I thought about it. And I said, no, I'm not emotionally capable to be able to be in those type of situations and act right. So I decided being a cop wasn't for me. Because I didn't want to just, you know, kill people and abuse people because I was having a bad day. So I didn't become a cop. These are not political things. This is not a Democrat Republican thing. I am sickened by what I see on many TV shows and websites and news media outlets on the left and the right. It's sickening and disgusting to me that people are using this for politics. If you're using this for politics, you are a disgusting person. Period. Because it's not about left and right. People are dying for no reason. Just because you have a prejudice. Because you're scared. I don't care if you're scared. I found it very interesting that in the army, and my wife don't know none of this stuff I'm telling her, because I've been low-key looking into a lot of stuff as we were making this video for a while and just trying to organize my thoughts. But I find it interesting that in like the military, that their rules of engagement are stricter than the police's. And the military is dealing with people who are foreigners on foreign soil. Mm-hmm. Foreigners to them, I'm saying, you know, because technically we're in their backyard. The military has stricter rules of engagement than the police do. They don't just have a license to go around and kill somebody because they feel threatened. Your life feeling threatened is not enough reason for you to kill somebody if you're in the military overseas. But over here, as long as you're scared, you can kill somebody.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting? And you're over here with American citizens. This is going to be the Jermaine video because I'm just taking over the whole thing. I ain't even letting her talk. You see how bad this is? So much has gone on to separate people who are Black, Latino, Asian, of these descents in America, whether you were born here or you immigrated. That is amazing. Like I look at some of the things that racists say, and it's like, yo, some of the things you guys say are actually stupid. Like literally stupid. Like you be like, yo, go back home.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Bruh, unless you're a Native American, you should go back home too. By your logic, this ain't your home either. By your logic, that's because you said I should go back home. You should go back home too. Go back to Europe. This is the reason why I used to tell her all the time, I don't like it when people say that we're black or we're African American. I'm an American. I've never been to Africa. I could probably name you 5 countries on the continent, but I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about them. I don't know anybody from Africa unless they came over to America, because I've never been there. I didn't do my ancestry.com, so I don't even know where my ancestors came from in Africa. I was born, raised, manufactured in America. I am an American. You can start calling me an African American when you call yourself a European American or Italian American.
Truth.
If you don't want to make that distinction for yourself, then I am just an American. We love to separate blacks from us because it's a part of the process of dehumanizing us. That is what a lot of things that have been set up in this country are for, is to dehumanize everybody else who's not white. And what I forgot what they call them, Karens now, the racist white women, they call them Karens now. Racist white women that they keep on catching on camera doing stuff like threatening black people and stuff. They call them Karens now, right? I'm trying to remember correctly, but black men had the right to vote before you did. Guess what? The white man wasn't looking out for you either. You was just a baby making factory, but you want to defend them and you think you better because you white. I can't even tell you how many different ways that's stupid. But we live in a country that's always going to have backwards thinking like that. Like the country is, the country is too daggone big, y'all. It's too big. It's too many different ways of people thinking, and it's too many people who want to perpetuate their thinking into the next generation. They don't want to. It's not about sitting down and having intelligent conversations, because racism as a construct is not intelligent. It doesn't actually make any sense. Like a lot of the things they say based on all of these made up theories are not true, and you can prove that it's not true. You can have the statistics right there, and they'll hold on to their belief just because they believe it. Like they can be proven wrong and it doesn't matter. So at the end of the day, I guess my first point in this video, all my views are not necessarily the views of my wife. I'm pissed off, and I'm sick of it, and I'm not going to politicize it, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There are some people who will sit there and who will get all like very intelligent and speak very well and give you a long dissertation on all of the ways that it doesn't make sense and how we have to fight for equality and we want to do it peacefully. And then there's other people who's just like, yo, I'm gonna just call a spade and I really don't care how you feel about it. And that leads me into the first question that I would ask is what we gonna do about it as black folk. Because I don't trust this government to look out for our best interest. They haven't shown the capacity to do it. And quite frankly, in my book, if it costs too much, they're not going to do it. And it doesn't matter how many lives get taken. If it costs too much, because that's their bottom line. If it costs too much, they're not going to do it. So what are we going to do about it? And that would be the end of my first point, I think.
Yeah. And I guess just to kind of put some things out there as far as what are we going to do about it. I know that there are different organizations that have come together, like I guess Black Lives Matter and other, I guess, things stemming from that, where they're trying to organize basically us only supporting black owned businesses. I think that that's a great idea because, as Jay said, the only thing that seems to really matter in this country is the bottom line, which is money. So if we start affecting their bottom line, their pockets, and taking basically money away from these major corporations, then we have a better chance of having a seat at the table to really affect true change. So I think that it's important for us to be able to come together and really organize that. Now, I know personally I've seen on social media different things about different dates and, you know, boycotting certain places on certain dates and things of that nature, which that's great. But I feel as though it's not something that's well known throughout our communities. And I think that that is a problem because we all need to know about it so that we can all be involved, so that we can really make an impact. One of the things that I recently found out that I wasn't aware of before is that this is what Martin Luther King did back during the Civil Rights Movement. I believe it was Coca-Cola that they actually boycotted, apart from the actual, you know, the boycott with the transportation system. They actually boycotted major corporations. And when you do that, that's when you get the ear of the people who can really make change, because you're affecting their pockets. It's like, okay, now that y'all tapping my pockets, okay, let me listen to what you're really saying so we can try to figure something out. So I think in order for us to be truly effective, we need to be able to get organized in such a way for us to be able to do just that, and all of us stick to it. And it doesn't just have to be a quote unquote black person's thing. Anyone who basically feels the way we do, that this is wrong, can be a part of that movement, because all we want to do is be equal. We want to have equal rights, just like the Caucasians of this country. We feel as though everybody should have equal rights, but we're doing this specifically for us because we've been oppressed for many, many years within this country, and we've actually built this country, literally built this country. So it doesn't make any sense as to why we're at the bottom of the barrel and why we have to fight just to have equal rights for a country that we built. And I think that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna cut it off. We, unlike normally, we gonna keep this short, sweet, maybe bitter,
sure,
but it's still gonna be short. And we'll get to more things. I think the next one we're gonna talk about organizing and the movement of black people, because I don't know what it would come under, but we'll go on to the next subject, and you'll probably hear part 2 the week after this posts. This is totally, like, I totally threw her off today. Y'all don't know. I told her that I was studying and trying to get my mind right, so that I could come and speak intelligently.
Left wing, right wing. He came from way down court.
She had no clue that I was gonna come in here, and the funny thing is that my people know what I did was not spazzing.
No,
y'all know what it looked like when somebody spaz out.
You just telling them how you feel.
But you know, some people will say that I assaulted them. So it is what it is. If you feel assaulted, good for you. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it.
Probably part of the problem.
And if you were one of the people who just, you know, are trying to go for what's right and wrong, then you probably didn't feel any way at all. He was like, get it, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Equal rights. So, yeah. So we're going to end it. I'm going to end it like I'm all happy and stuff, because I'm going to not think about this for a minute, and then I will be happy. But every time I do, I get ticked off. And I'm not going to lie about it and act like I don't, because I do. So.
It's natural and it's normal.
So, yeah, that was it. That was episode 1.
All right, guys. Well, stay tuned for episode 2. I don't know what's going to happen, but you'll see.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be just as surprised as she was. Peace. Press the off button.